And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the French Terran player. We have the French Terran player himself, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's go. Let us go as we're settling into Title Citadel. And again, one of the big features of this map, the natural is relatively secure. So we have a relatively secure natural base, but the third base is going to be a little bit more awkward here. We have the triangular third, which again has a much kind of longer distance between the third base and the natural. There's also an entrance here in between that you can open up, that you can abuse. So there are multiple kind of attack paths here. We have one towards the right, towards the top right and top center, in the center of the map as well. And we also have our linear third base, which I would say is much more secure, much more of a secure third. But again, expanding and getting into a 4-base setup is going to be more difficult. Sure, you have your initial 3 bases, but the 4th base is much more spread out here. And just bear that in mind. It does go both ways. It does mean that the Zerg player is going to have a harder time rotating against a multi-pronged aggression. True. So we'll have a harder time rotating. At the same time, the Terran player will also have a hard time kind of like turtling up. Ideally, the Terran player wants to expand with their army and push forward. So we might even see the center base taken instead as a 4th. We'll see. We shall see. Now we're settling in. Coming into this, Clem is going to be favored, but we have seen Solar take to Clem in recent times. I'm just hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping that this isn't a 3-0. That's all I want. That's all I want back. No 3-0. Solar does go for the linear third base, as to be expected. Oh, and Clem is going for the bunker. Okay, so Reaper first into bunker, into Marine, rallying across the map, and we'll see if Clem can find some damage at the third. Very cheeky moves here by Clem. Throws out the bunker, pulls away. Marines are rallying across the map to load into said bunker. And Solo has no idea. He has no idea that the bunker is there. As the bunker does complete. And this is going to be a rough position here for Solar. And again, all this is going to do is force out units, right? Force out links. At this stage of the game, Solar wants to be droning. He just wants to drone up as heavily as possible. But the drones are going to be delayed. One link goes down. A nice pick off there with the Reaper. That means one less link to deal with this. Here we go. The hatchery does complete, which means no cancellation. Yeah, there's no cancellation available. He waits until it finishes, then he reveals his hand. Smart moves out of Clem. And the hatchery's taking a lot of damage. You can see here 6 lings are in production. More queens are on the way. Again, Solo wants to be droning, but he can't. He cannot drone. Has to make lings instead. Hellion has arrived to make sure that lings they cannot surround. Hatchery's down to half HP. But again, with the help of all these queens, Solo should defend. It's just, you know, he's forced to make links. Is the damage being dealt here? So a lot of inadvertent damage. Lings they get to surround. Queens zone away. Oh. Nice kiting. Very nice kiting. The Hellion. Oh, gets one more volley. Does finally go down. And Solo will clean up. He'll clean this up. I spoke too soon. We have more reinforcing Hellions. Solo, he needs more damage. Oh, gets one. Yeah, nice movement. Surrounds one Hellion. That should not have happened. So misstep there from Clem. And from there, we back off. From there, now Solo, he's droning up as hard as he can. He's trying to recover. Trying to re-drone. Behind this, Clem going into his own 3rd CC into Banshee play. So 3 CC, 1-1-1. Building up into the mid-game. Nice delay on the 4th. Again, the problem here is that I would say for Zerg, there's only one 4th base option, right? There's only one 4th base. So Clem just has to focus on patrolling in this area. Yep, once again, here comes the attempted fourth. And once again, it is denied. So Solar just cannot expand. Big delay. Queens have to slowly move in. And they will escort the drone. Oh my god, tempted. Tempted to dive in. Oof. So again, delayed fourth base, delayed droning, delayed saturation. Pressure's on Solar. Oh, gets us around. Clem not paying attention. Yeah, massive catch. Surrounds 2 Hellions. Clem slipping up. And from here, Solar's getting into his own Ling Bane setup. Ling Bane is on the way. Clem likewise going to his own bio as well. Reactor on the factory. Going to bio mine. Not tanks. As the Banshees, they finally move out. This one gets 3 drones. Drone kills, getting up to 6 even. Oh god. Yeah, 6, 7, 8 drones go down. We'll lose both Banshees though, so nice damage here from Solar. We did have a trade, a back and forth. Ideally, Clem, he wants to keep those Banshees alive to keep threatening the bases, but did lose them. Now Solar can once again focus on droning. Focus on droning up. Here comes the Widowmine production. Oh, Estenish in the chat. As Clem is pushing. Behind this, getting his 4 CC. He's going to be expanding towards the left-hand side. Oh, right. He took his high ground base first. Okay. Nice setup. And does break in. Mind shots, they will. Ooh. Crazy army. Clem picks up just in time. I'll pick up out of Clem. Drops into the main base. Spores are in position. And Solar's holding. So he's holding on. So far, so good. Taking up into the infestation pits. Because we already have a Hydrogen, I'm assuming this is going to be for lurkers. I'm making that assumption. Which would actually trade well against a more Widowmine heavy composition. As Marines at deny creep, we can see Clem pushing in towards the left hand side as well. And so far, just focusing on creep. Actually diving into the base. He wants the hatchery. Oh, Outlings, they come in. They do come in time. Base at the mine shots. Oof. And Clem, he doesn't make it in. It was a big gamble. It was not worth it. Clem has to pull away. And that also means that all this creep survives, as he could have otherwise cleaned it up. Could have cleaned it up. There's that lurker. And again, we did assume it was going to be lurkers just because there was a Hydra tech and range upgrades. So lurkers are on the horizon. Getting into the bunkers. Clem does bring everything together. He's got his main army. Planetary is still barely not done. Oof. Oh my god, the mine shot. This does drag army. Sorry, Clem back home. Does drag him all the way back. So like he spots Clem. Clemmy turns back around. Yeah, forced back home. Clemmy's out of position. And Bailey's they get on top of the ramp. Again, you can see Clem forced down the ramp. Fighting back up into a concave. But no major damage. Solar, he didn't get into the mineral line, or he did, but Clemmy pulled away in time. Only 4 SCVs. Wow, only 4 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. There was a lot of potential with that move, but alas, Solar didn't find much damage. Nice crisis management here by Clem. As in Clem, he was completely out of position, but barely lost anything, and now we're maxed. Now both armies are maxed out. Clem, he has no academy. True. No academy, no ghost production. Lurker tech is on the way. Banelings, they do slip in. Clem pushing deep on creep, actually. Very deep. Oh. Link run by is deflected. Oh my god, brutal connection. So far, Clem has been out trading, forcing fights off of creep. And ghost production has begun. Okay, we have the ghost on the way. Academy is complete as well. So we have the ghost. He has the answers to the vipers, to the lurkers. He's getting there. Oh god. Ah no. Line shots are popping up. Solo does pull away towards the end. Meanwhile, lurkers are getting caught out as well. And Solo's being pulled apart. How many lurkers are left? 0. So 0 lurkers. Ooh. No split. Oh my god, no splits. No splits. Clem takes all the meanings to the face, and Solar, he's holding. He's holding on, he's defending. Clem, he was not paying attention, focusing on his northern push. Takes all the banelings to the face. Does get an expansion, but Solar's still in this. Still in this, thankfully. Thanks to the fight that went his way. And now we have lurkers. Now lurkers have been amassing. So far there are 8 lurkers and 2 vipers. This lurker expansion is exposed. Ghost gets surrounded. Catching more reinforcements. Some mine connections. Oof. As Ghost they do kite back. That's going to be a cancel in the CC. Does cancel. Clem getting caught out. Leading out more marines. We're getting messy. We're getting messy back. But this does lead Strike Solo all the way back home. It drags him back. Everything turned around. Giving Clem some breathing room. And again, can Clem even expand though? Can he get a 5th base? We spoke about it earlier, but your initial 4-base setup is a little bit more spread out. The 5th base is very exposed. And Solo, he wants it. He wants that 5th expansion. Oh. Viper does abduct. Gets 2 more ghosts. Oh. I mean, the snipes are brutal. Bailey's can they connect? Oh my god. Forcing a bit of friendly fire. But Clem is holding. Clem is holding on. He does force back the army. He's trying to reestablish his 5th. Will eventually land. Clem is holding on. Solar now no longer just relying on his pure army. He does have some spellcasters on the way. Infestors are coming. He needs those fungals. Fungals are on the way. Still very intense. I would still say that Clem is a little bit on the back foot just because of how difficult it is to maintain this 5th, but it's getting there. Planetary's on the way. Sensor Tower, Widow Mines. Clem, he's getting there. Working towards Neosil frames. Solar does pull away. Solar rotating over towards the 4th base instead. Interesting. Nice is found. Oh, Solar getting caught out. Does land a bit of a fungal. And I see him on the Vipers and Solar. It's just a really awkward engagement here. Losing Infestors, Ling Bane. to get EMP'd. And I don't blame him. The pathing is really awkward here in the center. We have all these winding paths. And side blockers. So very awkward in the center. Oh, there's a ghost. Does pick up a ghost. And Clem is perfecting his army. After just bio play getting into Ghost, now working towards Liberators. So Lib Ghost is being built up. I would appreciate Lib Ghost tank. Unfortunately, there's no tank production here from Clem. This is a more mobile, aggressive composition with Widowmine instead. Much more mobile. Solar he rotates, he wants his Ghost. Up! Ghost, they do cut back in time. They pull away. Decent splits here from Clem. Yeah, he will lose minimal Ghosts. Those are 2 Ghosts going down. As into the main base gets spotted. Clem, he defends. Solar's still moving in. Diving on the planetary. And this time Clem is out of position. The base will go down. Nice pick up here by Solar. Takes down the center expansion. And he even gets another CC as well. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal losses there for Clem. And we spoke about it. This defensive position here is that much weaker. There's no tanks. Widowmines are great when we're pushing across the map, and we're fighting out in the open. Defensively, less so. Against Hydra heavy compositions. And at this point, Solar's done it. Like, Solar, he's just denying bases. At a certain point, Clem will just run out of money. Clem, he needs to expand. He needs a base. Solar, he backs off, rotates, goes for another CC. Takes down another expansion. Oh, nice snipes. Nice snipes on the Hydras. Better fight for Clem. Clem takes the fight, does force back Solar. Solar did overextend. But as long as Solar can continue to knock down the 5th base, it's worth it. Like, it's totally worth it. If Solar, he has at the top right, and he has the gold base as well. Getting the gold expansion. Bold move with the Zerglings. Bold move. And not quite worth it. Solar is building up. Clem, he's establishing this expansion. I do feel like this 5th base is more defendable though, compared to the low ground base, right? This low ground expansion is so open and so exposed. Here on the right hand side, we have the high ground, choke point here. Yeah, I mean, much more secure 5th. Again, it's a learning process, right? Like, as players get used to the maps, this is a much better 5th base for Clem. And I don't know if Solar can break this position, I'll be honest. EMP zone away. Nida swarms are popping up. Clem's still trying to take that low ground expansion. I shouldn't be able to. Yeah, here comes a lunge. Lane Bane zones away the Ghost. Ooh, even forcing friendly fire. And the CC is going to be denied at the same time. Nida Swarm did finish up. Lurkers, they bust into the natural. Clem being pulled out of position. Oh my god. Yeah, the Ghosts, they struggle. They do struggle. Massive fungal pops up. And can he get more Ghosts? He is. Oh my god. Expensive losses here for Clem. And remember, Clem can't afford these losses. Nowhere near as much as Solar. That was how many? That was 7 Ghosts going down. Ay, ay, ay. 7 Ghosts, 19 SCVs. The natural as well. And Solar can remax and do that again. Just remax and keep going. Has to be careful though. Has to still respect the army. Doesn't waste his fungal. There is a burrowed infestor. Scan top right. I mean, every base has been taken at this point. Clem is aware. Does get on top of the gold, okay. I'm getting some damage done. At the same time, he'll lose the center base again. Wait, which is a given at this point. Which is expected. Nice damage though, getting 18 drones. Oh no! Clem not paying attention. Goes to get caught out. And massive pickups. Does catch a couple of those ghosts, pulls away. Behind is going the corruptors. Interesting. I mean, that's to help against the liberators. Speaking of, the liberators top right. Mining is being denied. Clem is not taking this lying down, but at the same time he's down to 30 SCVs. Clemmy's broke. He has gas, but he has no minerals. He needs this base. Speaking of, Solo once again going for the dive. Decent mine connections. They are decent. Kites back, kites away. Oof. Fongos don't quite connect. Forcing friendly fire. Clem he's holding. Clem, he spreads very nicely here. He does hold onto the high ground. Cleans up most of the Link Bane. Abductions, but there's no follow-up. Oh my god. Yeah, as Ghosts, they hold their own. The CC does go down. We'll lose 6 SCVs. But that was a more efficient fight for Clem. Better fight for the Terran. Solar, he's burned through his bank as well. I mean, hey, he lost the gold base. He was being denied mining. Clem, he's still in this. It has to be StarCraft with her. Once surrounded, it's over. Cannot get surrounded on creep. Oh, we'll lose a full medevac. Massive pickup. And even though Clem has been taking some better fights, it may just not be enough. It may just not be enough anymore. He's baiting the army out. Getting on top of the corruptors. Lock-in is broken. Corruptors, they get away. Mine shots, oof, are dragged. Sully's tempted. He's tempted to keep chasing. Now forced back. Soleil's slowly building up a larger army. Remember, Soleil's retaking the gold base as well. Clem needs to get more done. Being dragged back. Does go for the gold. Does force a cancel. When do we scan, Pappy? There it is. There's the scan. I believe that was the CC that was in the natural. Yeah, he floats it over. Going to be an orbital, not a planetary. Then rotating top right. Soul is in position. Oh, he has borrowed Baneless as well. Jesus. Banelings are ready. Clem, what's the plan? Where are we headed? He has to harass both bases. And once again, the drop has arrived. There's that fungal. Oh! Snipes, they do connect. Oh, scan does graze the infestor. Okay. Solar down to 0 infestors. No fungals. Yeah, no more fungals. I was very fortunate here for Clem. The mine shots! Oh my god. Mine shots connecting. No mine shot goes off. It does get baited. Link Bane is rolling in. Do we have any more Widow Mines? They're not borrowed. They're not borrowed in time. As it goes to do splits, and Link Bane is dealt with, and this Clem, he takes the fight. Oh my god, he takes the fight, shuts down the Link Bane. Solar gets to get the hell out of here. He's losing too much, losing far too much. Or the Link Bane, the Hydras, GG gets called, and Clem will take the game. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Ay. Solar, he committed so hard to that fight. Imagine that fight with the Infestor, with the Fungal. Again, the scan did clip the Infestor. The Infestor went down, 0 Fungals, and Solar, he overextended. He lost everything trying to chase down those ghosts. GG, well played. Whew, very intense game. Very close, very clutch. Honestly, Solar, I mean, there were some really good moments there for Solar as well, but Solar, he was being denied the gold. The gold base kept going down, and he did take some really rough fights. This was also a little bit on Solar. As he was rebuilding and remaxing, he was honestly really light when it came to the spellcasters. He never really rebuilt his Infestors or his Vipers either. Infestors specifically, that's how you lock down these ghosts. You need those Fungals, and there was always potential with those Bard Infestors, but we only had, like, I want to say even 6 throughout the entire game. Like, Solar, he was very adverse to rebuilding those Infestors and getting back into them. Instead, Solar, he was overconfident. He was hoping he could just brute force the game and try to end it with purely Link Bane Hydra Infestor. Sorry, Link Bane Hydra Corruptor. He was hoping he could brute force it, but in the end, GG. GG, well played. Was not able to pull it off. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Whew, ay. That was a blunder. He could kill the entire mineral line and pull out. Yeah, that was Solar overextending 100%. And also, as we mentioned, like, Solar, he was very adverse to rebuilding his Infestors. He had 0 Infestors at the end, and he only had 1 for a long time as well. So there was no real way for him to lock down those ghosts. Just overconfidence. Went for the dive, or maybe I say overconfident, maybe a little bit of impatience as well out of Solar. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we had a very impressive comeback. Very impressive comeback here. Clem, he was down and out. He was losing his 5th base time. He lost his 5th base like 6 different times that game. It was crazy just how often he would lose his bases. He could barely keep up, barely sustain himself, but he was taking better fights. He was being more efficient with his units, and he did take that first lead. He's up 1-0. For Team Liquid, the French Terran, it is a Clem. The tenacity. I feel like almost any other Terran player out there, or if not every other Terran, would have tapped out at a certain point. They would have just tapped out just because of how difficult it was, how many bases were going down. At a certain point, Clem was down to like 30 SCVs. He could barely sustain himself, but he hung in there. Crazy. And now we're loading into Tourmaline. Tourmaline is a much more aggressive map. We spoke about this previously in the Max Pack series, but as you can see here, we have a very wide entrance in between the natural and the 3rd base, and we have a very wide entrance here into the 3rd as well. Likewise, we have a low ground 4th base, and also a more, I would say this base here is a little bit more secure towards the left-hand side if we do get there. But a lot of these bases are open, a lot of the bases are exposed. As a result, all-ins hit very hard on a Tourmaline. So I'm leaning towards something like, say, a Roach all-in. If we open up Roaches, then we could see Solar cut worker production at 3 base saturation and go for a Roach base all-in. Likewise, I would say that from the side of Clem, something like an Arax can hit even harder here on Tourmaline, as the rush distance by ground is very direct. As you can see here, from natural all the way to natural base, there's no cliff faces, there's no high ground, there's no ramps or anything. There's 1 side blocker in the center, only 1. Outside of that, again, very direct across the map. Very direct. Oh, I see 3rd base is being taken. Here we're setting up. We have Clem going for his 3rd CC before Starport, so economic build here out of Clem is opening up economically, and we'll see where our players take us. See resistance tab. This looks like Legs of the Void version of Steps of War from Wings of Liberty. Yeah, there are some similarities for sure. Some similarities. I mean, I think this is a little bit larger than Steps of War, but again, it's very open, very exposed bases, very difficult to defend. We've seen all-ins be very successful on Tourmaline. I will say that Clem had a very intense game against Cyril on this map, if you recall, where Cyril did attempt to go. I mean, Cyril was being crazy himself. He was trying to rush into Ling Hydra, skipping banelings, and then Clem just 8-racks, and Clem did break the third base of Cyril. So it goes both ways when it comes to aggression. But again, that was also Cyril being crazy. That was it's being crazy, man. As if you remember, that was during the Crank Gather's Team League tournament from 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago where Clem beat Cyril. During Team Liquid versus Team Basilisk. During the Team League, meanwhile, Hellions do bust into the main base. Oh, a bit of an overextension here. He does make it through, but will he get any drone kills? He will not. Oh, might get one though. Okay. Gets one. One drone for 2 Hellions and a Reaper. More Hellions do trickle in. Gets one more drone. But not quite worth it here for Clem, as he will lose another Hellion. Solar opening up Lair first. Lair before Evo Chamber, before any other tech. And Clem's aggression continues. Same time, Solo coming in with the scouts. He will confirm the third CC. And we'll confirm the initial 1-1-1. Oh. Siege extra Raxes. Oh, as he does get on top of the fourth base, and looks like he will force a cancel. Okay, not bad. The Hellion run-bys earlier were a little bit lackluster, but here he denies the fourth base. Nice damage here from Clem. Likewise, second base just right. Where is the detection? Uh-oh. Overseer just began. Overseer just began here. The Queen's under threat, so we do have one more transfuse. No más. Oh my god, Queen does get sniped. Queen goes down. Nice kiting here against the Lings. I'm fighting damage. Going for another Queen. Oh my god. Gasito. He wants another. Settles for drones. 2, 3 more drones. Again, insane damage here by Clem. Denying the fourth base. Getting a Queen. Getting 3 more drones. Pulls away. Saves both Banshees. At least so far. He wants another Queen. He gets another. Second Queen goes down. Hellions are still sharking around as well. They confirm the fourth base location, or at least they're about to. Spots the creep, pulls away. Banshees, they confirm there was no backup base here towards the left-hand side. And Clem, he's taking up. We have a second factory. Second factory, we have another gas geyser. So Clem, he's not going for a 3-base all-in. He's not going for an 8-racks. We should soon be seeing a 4th command center. So again, he is taking up. You can see the rotation over towards the new 4th base of Solar. Does rotate over. Well, he wants the Queens. Stims in. Oh! Okay, stims forward. Bailing speed is not yet done. Finishing up in 10 seconds. Clemmy's tempted. Tempted to dive. He gets one, he gets 2. Oh, he gets 2 Queens. Bailing speed just now finishes. And does pick up in time. Just barely. Picks up, pulls away. Ling run by Zelwith. There's a 4th command center. I will say the 4th CC is a little bit late for Clem, but outside of that, I mean, he's still trading very nicely. And hot pickup out of Clem. He's been trading well, doesn't get the 4th base, but does get Queens, Lings, Banelings, denies more creep. That's every active tumor going down on the right-hand side. And as he picks up, he denies the 5th. He's in position. Denies the 5th base, confirms saturation at the 4th. Stimming forward, pulling Solar apart, and Solar just cannot keep up. Not like this. Oof. Trying to build up into Ling Hydra. Does catch all these Marines though. Okay. Clem does somewhat overextend. But no, he gets a mineral line. He gets in. Bailing's oh my god, he's not paying attention. Massive connections here at the 4th base. Ooh, Solar he's holding. He's barely holding on. He does defend. He's still on the back foot though. The journey of the economy is still not ideal for Solar. And Clem is rallying. Clem is rallying everything over. He wants the 4th base. He knows how close he is to breaking. Solar has made a couple of missteps here towards the end. Oh my god. But it's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine, Papi. Aye, aye, aye. Line shots are popping off. Again, there's barely any creep. There's 0 active tumors. Yeah, he wants the Hydras. The Hydras are exposed. Oh, more Banelings do trickle in. Just in time. Banelings have arrived. Solar, he's barely hanging on. He's barely holding on back. And he does spot the drops. Solar, he reacts, he responds, he's in position. Defends back at home, but the forward base is exposed. Oh. My shot doesn't go off. Nice target firing at the Clem. Drags the army into Widow Mines. So younglings get shut down. Clem trying to catch reinforcements. Clem should be the first to max out. Oh my god. Once again, the mine shots are brutal. Going back in, takes the center expansion. Planetary's already done. Now getting a 5th base. Oh. Okay. Jesus. The other lines that do more friendly fire. They take down a decent chunk of Marines. Shout out to the mines working for Solar. I mean, they had to at some point. Like these, like the Widow Mines shots have been brutal this game. They've been insane. Once again, Clem forcing a fight out in the open, forcing a fight off of creep. Ooh, not paying attention here, focusing on the drop. We'll take some Banelings to the face. Something finally going Solar's way. Okay. Again, a really rough time to pan away from the army. Clem getting punished. Solar, he has a little bit of momentum here, but Clem, he still has an overwhelming army. Clem is still holding on. Solar, it's all or nothing here. He's going for it. Oh my god. But the mine shots are connecting. Banelings are rolling in. Boys being pulled away. SCVs, they should be going down. And it's all or nothing for Solar. He's going for the kill. Oh my god, mine shots connect. Banelings get into the middle line. 29 SCVs going down. 30 SCVs. But is that enough damage? Yes, he does cripple the economy of Clem, that is true. But this army can't fight. No, he cannot fight head on. He will lose everything. The Hydras go down. There's no Banelings, and without Banelings, there's no defense. GG gets called, and Clem will take game number 2. GG. Whew. GG, well played. You can see how frail and fragile that composition is for Solar, sticking with Lingbane Hydra. Without Banelings, the Hydras, they're just made out of paper. They just crumble before the bio. GG, well played. Once he ran out of Banelings, that was it. Against Solar, he was hyper committed. He was basically borderline all in towards the end there, pushing all the way into the natural. Either he killed Clem or he died trying. Did die trying. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Clem does take a 2-0 lead, and now we're getting to game number 3. Let's go. Jumping to game 3. And I'm hoping that we have a back and forth. I'm hoping that we're able to embrace another game, but it's been a very intense series so far. And I mean, game 1 was very close, very clutch, very back and forth. I would say that here in game 2, Clem was a lot more comfortable, There were like 2 big moments where Clem wasn't paying attention to his drop or his army. It did take some massive Banelings to the face that made the game closer than it otherwise needed to be. But despite that, Clem still had the advantage, still had momentum, and still did take it. GG. GG, well played. And here we go. As we're getting into our next game and spawning in the top right-hand corner here of White Rabbits, we have the French Terran player, we have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. We go. As we're getting to the third and potentially final game, I see someone asking in the chat, is this live? Yes. Yes. It's live. If it's a replay, it will be in the stream. Egg. Here we go. Clem, he is going to be opening up. And welcome to White Rabbit. White Rabbit is a much larger map in the map pool. When it comes to the other maps that we were emphasizing, referring to Title Citadel, referring to Tourmaline, some of these more open aggressive maps, this is where I maybe would have favored Solar if he had gone for something more assertive and more aggressive. Here, as we load into White Rabbits, I feel like Clem is going to be much more comfortable. Again, the second, third, and fourth, and fifth base are much more secure here on White Rabbit compared to Title Citadel, compared to Tourmaline. On these other maps where they're more exposed, we have seen these more chaotic game states between Solar and Clem. Here, I feel like Clem's going to be a lot more comfortable, but we'll see. We'll see how Solar will adjust, how he will approach Clem on a much more macro map. As I'm going to be more concerned for Solar here. He had a decent chance to bring it back and to actually take it to Clem in the first two games, but now we're loading into some of the more defensive maps out there. Oh boy. Here we go. What I will say about White Rabbit is that to counteract how much more defensive these maps are, or this map is compared to the others, the distance between your own third and fourth base is quite long, so the rotations between the bases are going to be a little bit more awkward here. I will say that, but you have the high ground, you have the terrain helping you as well. Because these rocks being up in between the bases, it does make it more awkward to rotate between them, as the aggressing player, I mean. And we have seen Terran players actually take this forward base as a third, even as as across the map. For example, Clem takes a natural, then expands forward to this third base, and then behind him takes his fourth as a much more secure fourth base instead. So we have seen that on White Rabbit. We'll see. As he can, of course, knock down these rocks and defend both bases. But here we go. For now, we do have a third CC before Starport. Economic build here by Clem. Oh, and Solar, he's going for a Ling Flood. We have 16 Lings on the way. Bold move. Bold move here by Solar. He's going to commit to Lings. They do skirt around the edge of the map. They do avoid the Reaper. Oh, he sees. Does spot a couple of Lings. Nice hold position. The hold position micro to hide the Lings. And here we go. Here comes a Ling Flood. Solar is rushing across the map. And Clem, did he notice something was a little bit off? Has yet to. The Hellions move out. They're not home to defend. Lings are moving in. Clem is racing back home. Does lift in time. But what about the SCVs? Yeah, what about the SCVs? They are going to pull away to the Hellions. Nice kiting. Nice control here by Clem. Losing 3 SCVs so far. Has to pull the boys. Losing a 4th. Losing, almost a 5th. Yeah, 5, a 6, a 7. Oh my god. 7 SCVs go down. Nice damage here by Solar. He wants one more. He gets one more. 8, 9. Oh god, this is getting out of hand. 10? 10 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, critical damage early on here by Solar. That one Ling got 3 extra SCVs towards the end. And Clem is in a rough position. He's in a rough position. The pressure is on. He has to get some counter damage. Here we go. Here come the Hellions and Banshees. But the pressure is on Clem. And true, I mean, this is a larger map, so make use of that by hiding those Lings. Did successfully hide the Lings. Did skirt around the edge. As Clem, he doesn't find a way in. So far, the queens are keeping up, and Solar, he will enjoy an economic lead. He'll enjoy an economic advantage. As Clem is securing his third base, building up his bio, getting into stim. And thankfully, Clem, he at least keeps his Hellions alive. So even though he hasn't found any damage yet, he still has potential to find some damage. So still has the Hellions threatening. You can see Solar, he's ready for the run by. He's ready at the natural. Oh, and he is going into roaches. Okay. For the first time this series, we have a Roach Warren, 1/1 upgrades, and getting into Roach speed as well. Let's go. As roaches are building up. Now, again, because Solar has the lead and has advantage, he may even just go for a 1/1 roach timing. He may just build up, get a fourth base just for larva, cut workers at 69, and just focus on this one big push. Look to end the game early, knowing that Clem is still recovering. As the creep is spreading forward. Roaches are popping out. We'll see if Solo joins up any further. He's still on 69. Nice. And he has more. Yeah, he's just going for it. He's going for the kill. He's going for the throats. The queens are going to be setting up the highway across the map. We're hitting with 1/1. It's all or nothing for Solar. He's going for an all-in. So it's going to be a 3-base roach all-in. The 4th base is just for larva. It's just for larva. There's only 2 drones here. And the hope is for Solar to end the game. Clem is being proactive. He's pushing out. This is going to help Solar somewhat. As Clem, he'll have a... Yeah, GG. GG gets called. Links get across the map, and Clem completely out of position. Solar fights back, puts a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Solar does put a point on the board. Again, just a really rough start for Clem. For Clem to lose 10 SCVs at the start of the game, that is almost game-ending damage. That is critical. That is critical damage. Clem, he has to do some counter damage. We saw the Hellions fail to get anything done across the map. The Banshees also didn't get anything done either. And Solar was going for the Roach all-in as the follow-up to make sure that he could just end the game. GG. So GG, well played. Oh. As we're getting into game number 3. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting to the next game. Here we're going to be loading into Winter Madness. Let's go. Winter Madness is another one of these larger maps, but we did see that Solar, despite the larger map, was able to be a little bit cheeky, was able to sneak out across the map. We'll see if he has something else in store for us here for Winter Madness. Let's go. Let us go. So we are getting into Winter Madness here. And again, this is going to be a more defensive map as well. It's going to be much, and this, even compared to White Rabbits, it's going to be much easier here to defend on 4 bases. But we'll see if Clem can actually secure himself and get into the early mid-game here. We'll see. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Still 1 game away from claiming the series, and spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. 1 game away from tying things up. Let's go. Let us go. And welcome to Winter Madness. Winter Madness is, so far in this series, the most defensive map in the map pool. Maybe even, not just in this series, maybe even the entire map pool, actually. I'm comparing Winter Madness to White Rabbit, mainly, to be honest. Here we have our natural, we have the triangular third, and we have the linear fourth base. This 4-base setup here, again, the bases themselves are close together. Likewise, we have some more narrow choke points coming into the bases as well. So turtling up and defending on 4 bases is much easier here on Winter Madness. This is mainly applicable for Protoss in PvZ. It's like Protoss, they can set up on 4 bases. Terran can also decide to be more defensive as well, but Clem is typically more of an aggressive and active player. He may even decide to expand towards Solar as well. Curious to see how he does expand, if he does take this low ground base at any point. I'm curious. Here we go. You could also argue that maybe smaller maps would favor Clem just because he is more of an aggressive and active player. Not necessarily one to just slow things down and back off and turtle up. He's not like Maru, for example, who is known for just being more defensive and slowing the game down. So here we go. Winter map. Yeah, I appreciate, as you can see, it's a little bit faint, but there is snow falling. There's snow falling all over the place. It's nice aesthetically. So Clem does set up. Behind this should be setting up for his third CC. Reaper does get in, and so far not bad. Does force out a Spore. And he wants that drone. Forcing out a Gas Geyser. Doesn't kill anything, but does force some wasted resources and delayed mining time. Not bad. So not bad here from Clem. Behind this, we have a straight up 1-1-1. Okay, hyper aggression out of Clem here. For the first time this series, I believe, no third CC. So going for the fastest starport. With this going into Reactor to Reaper. From here, we can go into Banshees. You can go for an Armory and go for a Hellbat push as well. But Clem is much more committed. He's much more committed this time. So here comes that cloak, here come the Hellions. Oh, does try to pick in. Once again, denies mining. Denies mining of natural. A lot of denied mining, actually, only for 2 Hellions. Very nice, and the Hellions, they do get away. They do pull out. Again, we're still waiting to see any further tech here. Ah, it does go for the swap, okay. Does swap out of Hellions. He built up to soon to be only 4. Okay. Stopping at 4, going for the delayed third CC. And we'll see if we can find more. As he's still sharking around. Banshee moves out. Observer does, sorry, the Overlord does spot the Banshee. Sola is aware. He's on patrol. There are the spores. Spores are being thrown down, and Clem, he did find some damage, which was nice. It was mainly inadvertent. It was mainly denied mining time, but nothing major here. So I'm not so sure if this was quite worth it, as Clem's third base is late. It's a late third. Due to the earlier Banshees. Banshees, it gets 1 drone so far. Second Banshee's on the way. So far, Clem, he does threaten a dive. So far, Banshees, they go for the Queens. Hellions, it's a one-way trip. They're getting cornered. Yeah, the Lings, they were ready. Ay. Solar, he read the dive. He cleans up all the Hellions. Yeah, not worth it here for Clem. There's where the Hellions does catch a couple of transferring workers. Gets 2 drones. That's something. but not good enough. And Solar going into a Spire. Okay. You have my attention. Mutas are on the way. I didn't take note of the fact that there are no Eva Chambers, right? No Eva Chambers, no 1-1. Delayed upgrades in favor of Mutas. Bold move by Solar. Bold move, but honestly, I do really like this. I do really like this, considering the fact that Clem, he delayed his own economy. His own economy is delayed. Clem going to his own fire tank, not Widowmine this time. And so far, Clem has been able to... he hasn't seen anything. Scout has been denied. Didn't see the main base. Didn't check behind the natural. Clem is in the dark. And we'll see if Solar can get away with this. As here come the first wave of Mutas. Mutas are coming. Now, this is coinciding with the push. Clem is moving out. He's going to strike the 4th base. Remember that the Ling Bane is going to be weaker for Solar as he delayed his upgrades. Ling Bane is weaker. But despite that, I mean, there's not really... Clem, he may just break through. Yeah, he goes to the Queens. Gets 1, 2 Queens go down. And Bailey's at waddle in. No Bailey's speed. Remember, it's all delayed. Mutas are revealed. Oh my god. And Solar's being punished. Yeah, he's being punished for going Muta. 10 seconds away from Baneling speed. All the Banelings are targeted down. And Marines, they hold their own. They hold their own. They take down all 4 Queens. Oh my god. Brutal pickups here. All 4 Queens go down. Nice trades by Clem. And Clem is rallying. He's rallying across. He wants to end the game. Again, there is 0 Banelings. They're just now morphing in. There's 4 Banelings on the way. And without Banelings, there's no defense. Yeah, there is going to be no defense. Mutas are trying to hold on. Marines, they unload in time. Baneling speed is done. Clutch transfuse. Yeah, very clutch transfuse, and barely we're holding on. Whew. Nice target firing. Let's focus on every single Baneling. He's up all the Lings. He wants the Mutas. And Solar, he does hold, he does survive. He saves the base, but at a cost. Whew, lost 4 Mutas, lost all 4 Queens. So Queens are being rebuilt. He's rebuilding. Clem has to back up behind this, switching into Widowmine production. He needs those mines. And so far, no counter damage dealt yet for Solar. Pressure's on. He needs to find some damage here. He will delay the 4th, okay. 4 CC's delayed. He up. Oh, he does get the medevac. Medevac goes down. Mutas into the main base. There's no turret protecting the production. That's on Clem. And no turret in the main base. SCVs are going down, getting 5 SCVs so far. Clem setting up a trap. Oh, is he paying attention? No! He almost 2. 2 Mutas get caught. Ay, ay, ay. Nice trap by Clem. Caught out the Mutas. Clem is still holding his own. He's still holding his own. He's pushing out, this time with Widowmines. Remember, the creep is lacking here because of all those Z Queens. The creep is lackluster. Clem pushing in. In a couple of seconds, he will have an upgrade advantage, but he doesn't have it yet. Does take down all the active tumors. And doesn't waste the Widowmine shots. Widowmine pulls away. Mutas, they try to catch reinforcements. Thor is here. Oof. And Mutas get punished. And again, this is a very fragile army. Going to Ling Bane Muta like this, it's built to harass. The Mutas, they're not really built to fight like this, not head on. Yeah, Mutas are coming in from behind. Oh my god, the Vine shots! The Widowmines swap up, and Clem has done it. Clem breaks on through. Mutas is trying to go for a backstab. They cannot fight. Nice spread, nice splits. Banelings, they do nothing, and Clem has done it. Clem, he has done it. 1 good fight is all he needed. And Solar cannot keep up. It was bold to go into Mutas like this, and hey, they're killing some SCVs, but it doesn't matter. Oh god. Yeah, GG gets called. Clem takes some Banelings to the face, but it's fine. He will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Clem, as it does claim the series. Again, bold move for Soul to go into mutas. It is more viable nowadays to go into muta play. That is true. And hey, it went unscouted. It went unscouted. He was able to hide the Spire, hide his tech, get away with the mutas. Unfortunately, again, like, Clem was still good just going for a standard move out anyway, going for his biotank push. Does move out, and we saw that Solar had to defend without baiting speed. He had slow banes to defend, he had a handful of queens, handful of lings, he had to reveal his mutas ahead of time as well to survive, and he lost so much in that defense. It also gave Clem the time he needed to prepare back at home and just keep that pressure up. As we tried to mention, mutas, they're built to harass, they're not built to defend. They cannot fight head on. If they try, I mean, you saw they crumble, and Clem was hyper aggressive once he realized what was going on. GG. GG, well played. He just didn't let up, and with that, Clem will take the series. He will be our champion. Congratulations. My condolences to Solar, but I mean, Solar, he did make it to the finals, and he even beat MaxPax to get here, so he was able to hold his own, and Solar did still have an impressive run to make it to the finals. Likewise, I can even see game 1 and game 2 going in favor of Solar. Like, the first 2 games were very chaotic and very wild, especially game 1, right? Game 1 was so close and so clutch on Taito Citadel. It was, I would say, the game of the series, to be honest. Game 1 was crazy. To see the comeback of Clem, like, that was Solar's game. Solar, he should have won on Taito. Like, he had a massive lead, a massive advantage. He had the bases, the economy, the army, but Clem, he clawed his way back in. If you missed it, if you only tune in towards the end, I highly recommend watching game 1. It was, again, the game of the series. GG. GG, well played. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Heading on over here to our weekly schedule. Bam. We have our schedule, and you can see that we have this evening off. Technically, we could have a cast this evening, but intentionally so, we want to take things slow and take things easy. I do have some Kung Fu Cup replays. Kung Fu Cup has been running for the past couple of days, and we could cast some Kung Fu Cup, and I could even have some morning casts as well on Saturday and Sunday. But I'll be honest, I have not been sleeping well. Like, it's been brutal. Casting in the morning, and also looking after the bunnies in the evening as well, so I have not been getting much sleep, and I've been very fatigued and falling a little bit behind when it comes to editing VODs and scheduling VODs and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of work to catch up on, and I'd like to get around to that at some point. So for the next couple of days, only one cast a day, and hopefully we can catch up with said work. Hopefully. So yeah, GG, well played. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and most likely we're going to be scheduling some Kung Fu Cup replays probably next week or sometime in December. We'll get around to it. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Again, the next class is going to be tomorrow evening for Masters 1 Open. That is our monthly tournament for Masters players, and we have our Open Cup on Sunday as well for the Tuna Cup. Tuna Cup is on Sunday. When it comes to other content here on the channel, or when it comes to my personal stream, I have been laddering on a daily basis, but that also hasn't been helping when it comes to trying to catch up on work. So I'm probably not going to stream today. Probably not going to ladder today. I'll take the evening off, and when I say take it off, I mean I mean just work and catch up on all the VODs. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Also, do consider following us on all the socials, !socials in the chat. You'll get a link to our social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. That's what I was in regards to. That's what I was referring to. I do have to upload some, I do have to schedule some VODs. I usually try to schedule VODs like a month ahead of time, but I think right now I'm like only 2 weeks ahead, and it's slowly catching up. It's slowly creeping up on me, so I gotta get back to scheduling VODs. We'll be doing that right after this, after getting some breakfast. Otherwise, who's streaming? Who is live at the moment? Also, you can help support us via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. If you want to help support us, you can do so via Patreon. All that money goes towards our tournaments. It all goes towards the prize pool of Tuna Cup, and Masters 1 Open and Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. So you can help support us there. Otherwise, Patches is streaming, Bomyoja is streaming, El Huevito. Let's give some love to El Huevito. Baby. The eggs. We'll give him some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft over the weekend. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.